Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the M12, it's the Tier 7 American SPG. This one's located on the north spawn of Steps under the command of 73north of the WTWW clan. Game on! Well, this one is the 155mm gun. I say gun specifically because it is a gun, not a howitzer. Yes, most of the Artys in the game actually have howitzers. This is a gun of French design. That is a gun. It was used for direct fire. So it doesn't really count as a howitzer, but I think most of us actually think of it as a howitzer. In fact, you can tell it is a gun by the virtue of the fact that it has got a French breech. Yes, breeches are distinct to nations, and the French ones uses a specific breech which you can actually see on several of their other Artys. Now, here's 155mm will do 600 alpha, 39mm of pen, and 7.2 meters on the burst radius, and between 11.5 and 23 seconds of stun. If he uses the extra HE, he gets 750 alpha and 49mm of pen, and if he uses the armor piercing rounds, 420 hit points, but 218mm of pen. So if he's got a particularly tough target like a heavy tank, then the armor piercing could be deadly. Well, he's going for the enemy Arty there. Of course, the M12 will only carry 20 rounds, which we think is grossly unfair, and we have actually pointed this out to Wargaming on more than a few occasions. Basically, it's unfair because the American SPG only carries 20, but the Soviet SPG, the S51, which is also Tier 7, has 30 rounds. And it's no different, really. Of course, the M12 is made from an M3, whereas the S51 was made from a KV-1S, so it is a heavy tank. But the fact is that the M12s actually did carry their spare ammunition in trucks, so they didn't carry a huge number of ammunition around with them. And they also had a vehicle called the T-30, which was an ammunition carrier, and basically that was an M12 without the howitzer, and instead they stored the ammunition in it. Actually, it was the M30 cargo carrier was the vehicle, and they carried 40 rounds of ammunition in that vehicle alone. And that's one of the reasons why we said to Wargaming, you really got to adjust your figures and say, okay, well, the M12 should have the same number of shells as an S51 at the very least. If not, it should have more. Should have 40 rounds. Rounds out. He's going to hit 2 here. Well, the shell hit the side of the M2Y, but the Viz 44-1 did get stunned at the same time. When you see two tanks come together like that, you always think, oh, Bombardier. It's happened more than once. I remember my first Bombardier years ago. I actually fired at one tank and there was another one alongside it. The shell bounced off one side of the enemy tank I shot at and hit the other one as well next to him and blew up both of them. So it was actually a happy accident, a bit of serendipity. But it can happen at any moment. You never know. In fact, the strangest things do happen in battle. Now, the last time that 73north was out on the battlefield in his M12 was on Serene Coast, and you may have seen that replay because although it appeared on our channel on the 27th of June, it recently featured on yesterday's video by Klaus Kellerman, and he didn't do so well, and Klaus couldn't work out what he was actually up to. But what he was actually doing, we figured out right at the end. He was after a Faden's medal. He wanted to kill the last tank with his last round of ammunition, and he nearly did it. He almost got the guy with his last round, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough to wipe him completely out, and so somebody else got the joy of taking the last kill. In fact, you may have already seen another video featuring 73north in an LTG where he actually did get a Faden's medal, his third one, and in fact that's a double replay video featuring 2 games in the LTG. It seems that Faden's medals are coming thick and fast for 73north at the moment. Okay, well, there is an MT-25 fairly near to his cap area, but he's just spotted an enemy Arty there. That's the enemy F3AM, 13 F3AM. Rounds out. He could get a kill here. He does. It's a splash kill. He'll take it. It didn't land near the target, but it was enough force to actually take him out of the game. Okay, that Viz 44-1 is getting closer. But the scores are even at the moment. He's got a bit of a red line, so he can't hit the Viz 44-1 in his current position. That big rock is in the way. Notice the red line. If he pulls back just a little bit more, he might actually be able to get a shot over the rock. A little about the M12, otherwise known as the door knocker, mainly because of the fact it could actually knock down bunkers. They built only 100 of them, and 74 of them were sent overseas to Europe for war. They could pen a 7-foot steel reinforced concrete bunker and just knock a hole straight through it. There's only one left, and it's actually at Fort Sill in Oklahoma, which is also the home of the US artillery. The original tank was proposed, or original Arty was proposed in 1941. It was going to be known as the T6 GMC, or gun motor carriage. But they changed the name in the end to the M12.
That was close.
It's also got a fairly narrow arc of fire, only 14 degrees either side of the center line, so 28 degrees in total. That makes it difficult as well sometimes to aim on targets if they're coming towards you quickly. But it is very good at shotgunning, I can tell you that, having done it many times. Oh, and the enemy Arty is trying to hit us. I think he's actually gone for the Shrek. There is still one enemy Arty. It's a GW Panther, last seen down in the southeast corner of the map. Seems that he's aiming for the Shrek. You can hear the rumble from the artillery as he fired. Of course, you can't actually tell where the shell's actually going, unless, of course, you've got the shell alerts. If you have got that, or early warning, then, of course, it would tell you if the shell's coming for you. And there, I think you can see the tracer from that shell was actually from the GW. There's the M2Y again, rounds out, looks good. Yep, a direct hit, but only 44 hit points because it is a heavy tank after all. 9 rounds left. Well, we're 2 up on the enemy, and they seem to be still trying to beat down our door to get at us. M2Y.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
Well, that time he finally finished him off. I think that was enough explosive exploded against that guy to actually finish him. But they've still got a few enemy tanks out there that we need to destroy, including a Lynx 6x6. And as we saw in the last time he was actually on Serene Coast, he did get attacked by EBR Hotchkiss, who tried to get the better of him. But of course, he smacked the EBR right in the face, and one of our guys came back to defend us and actually got the kill on that Hotchkiss. We do have a few tanks on our team that could defend us, including a Lynx 6x6. But he's down over on the west side of the map, trying to fight a heavy at the moment, which is not the best place for a Lynx 6x6 to be. He's a little slow. So you can see here, 73north is trying to help. Okay, he's loaded. Rounds out. TS-54 obviously has early warning because he pulled back the moment that shell was fired. So he must have had warning. Shell's inbound, pull back. Now, this is a target you definitely want to hit. The SU-130PM has very little armor, so the shells tend to penetrate those very, very nicely. Okay, well, he didn't get a chance to shoot that guy because the T-3485M had him. And there is the GW, and we thought he was over the other side of the battlefield, but we saw the tracer on this side, and yes, he was hiding behind the rock. Rounds out, here we go. Oh, it stunned him. And we are getting stun assist. And the GW tried to ram one of our guys, but he didn't get away with it. So we got the stun assist off that one anyway. As you know, stun assist does help to get a high mastery. Well, that issue 1:30 PM has been thoroughly beaten up. Oh, we fired at him just as he was killed. So we would have got that one. There's only 2 enemy left. They've got the Lynx 6x6 and an IKV-90B. Well, I think the IKV-90B is the one you're more likely to kill in an M12 because, of course, he does have fairly thin armor as well and a wicked 90mm gun. But the Lynx 6x6 is the one we've got to worry about. And there he is. He's just been spotted because that guy's fast. And if he gets out, it's like letting a fox into the chicken coop. Remember, there's 2 Arty at this end of the map trying to defend themselves if that happens. The IKB won't survive very long. In fact, the Lynx is on his way. Oh my God, he's probably listening to what I said. No, he's not listening at all, but he probably reckons, oh, the game's over. I might as well go for some lunch. Well, he did get the kill on the IKB, and he's got 3 rounds left. So he's got 3 rounds to finish off that Lynx if he can. He should be able to get 1 shell on the guy. Even if he just slows him down, he's only got 3 hit points left. Rounds out. Well, it exploded in his path. The standard reload for this Arty, 26.56 seconds. And yeah, he suddenly realized we're in deep danger. We're in the brown stuff. Get out of town. Okay, the Hummel is not going to get away as quick. And I think the Lynx is going to probably try and take him out. In fact, he's already fired 1 shot in. There's nothing we can do about it. And now the Lynx is coming for us. We've only got 2 rounds left. Is he going to change course? It looks like he's still trying to finish off the Hummel. Well, we fired our second to last round. We've got 1 more round left to try and take out that Lynx. And he's disappearing into the distance. Is he going to turn around and come back? Or is he going to do a full circuit of the map? I don't think he'll get away with it. We've got guys all around his cap area. Rounds out. Oh! My God, he got him! He not only got him, he nuked him! About the only thing we missed out of that last kill was the fact that he was tumbling through the air as he came to a rest on the ground. He nuked him with the last shot of the game. He not only got a first-class tanker out of that one, and a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly. A bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 7. He got a Faden's medal. Yes, the last time he took this M12 out, he tried to get a Faden's, the cleverware, as I mentioned, and tried to get the last enemy tanker, Caro P88, but all he could do was badly wound the guy, and his teammates finished him off instead. But this time round, he did get the last enemy tank, who only had 3 hit points left, but he managed to put a round close enough to actually splash him and finish him off in the last few seconds. And what a fantastic shot that was, almost like a Hail Mary. Anyway, that is his 4th Faden's medal, because he got the 3rd one in the LTG, and now he's got a 4th one in the M12. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, he didn't get anywhere near the highest damage in that game because the IKB-90, one of the tanks he actually took out, he got a tank sniper and 2,620 hit points of damage. I suspect he didn't get 20% of the enemy hit pool, and that's why he didn't get the high caliber. Second highest damage went to the Shrek, or, PTK TVP. He got 2,575 hit points of damage. And the third highest went to the TS-54 on the enemy team, 1,748. We can see that on our team, the AMX 1357 picked up a patrol duty, the Lynx 6x6 got a Confederate, 73north picked up his Faden's medal, and the IS-2 on our team got a Steel War. And we can also see that 73north got 1,070 hit points of damage. Now that means he was beaten by 4 members of the enemy team and 6 members of his own team, so he was actually in 11th place when it came to damage. When it came to kills, though, you can see he got the highest number of those. 4 kills to 73 North, 3 kills to the SU-130PM, and 2 kills went to the T-3485M on his own team and the IS-2, and on the enemy team, only the TS-54 managed to get more than 1 kill. And when it came to base XP, he's got the second highest on that. The AMX 1357 picked up 1,063 base, which is the only player to get over 1,000. 901 went to 73 North, and 788 went to the Shrek. He fired 20 rounds, hit all of his ammunition. Last shell killed the enemy Lynx. 4 direct hits on the enemy, 1 penetrating shot, and 16 splashes. Let's have a look and see which one was the penetrating shot. I suspect it was probably the IKV, actually. That shell came down very hard, and IKVs don't have much in the way of armor. And yes, it shows here 39 hit points is all he had, but the shell came right down on top of him, and that's the end of his game straight away. He also got 1,070, as I said, all of it at more than 300 meters, damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 4, so no chance of a Confederate, I'm afraid, because it's only a 4 difference. 1,270 hit points of stun assist off 13 stuns. That was enough to get a first-class tanker. On a premium count, he actually made a profit on this game of 6,520, even though he had to pay for consumables at full price. And he also picked up 1,351 experience points as well as the last shell on the speeding Lynx. Yes, he's been trying to do this deliberately. There's a lot of players out there who will actually take advantage of an AFK tank to get a Faden's medal by disposing of all their rounds into the ground, rather expensively as that as well. But there are other players who actually will try and get it in the natural way by killing the last tank with the last shell, and that's all they have in their breach. They're not planning to do it. They're actually doing it just to try and get rid of a nuisance as fast as they possibly can. And it just so happens sometimes you forget the number of shells you have in your breach left and in your magazine, and you just fire the last round, not realizing that it is the last round, and then you wake up and see the results and find out that you actually earned a medal that you didn't know you're up for. So this is very, very nice for 73 North. He actually did try to get it last time, and he didn't. This time, he did get it. I don't think he tried to get it. I think he actually was determined to kill that Lynx, but he just fluffed his second to last shot, just missed him, and got in with the second one. So very well done indeed. Hope you enjoyed that replay. Hope you enjoyed the notoriety, because now, of course, you've appeared on Klaus Kellerman's channel. A lot of players out there will probably know who you are, along with Chickens 1003, who also got featured in the same video. We do get a lot of good players, good Arty players on What Arty Noobs. In fact, many of the replays that Klaus features in his videos have actually appeared on our channel sometime before. But that's actually because the players are members of What Arty Noobs, and they send the replay in to me first because they know that I'll do it for them, and that they will get their video up on YouTube even if somebody else doesn't feature them. It's a pity that they don't get more views, actually, because I suppose it's all down to me in the end. I must be absolutely crap presenter for not getting as many views. Whereas Klaus has just put his video up, and within 15 hours of his video being up, he's got just under 10,000 views, whereas the videos I did for 73 North only got 113 views. So yeah, you feel kind of rough after that, especially when you've generated 10,000 videos, which is 3 times the number of videos that Klaus has done. And in a shorter period of time as well. Klaus has only been around since 2014, and we've only been around since 2017. So yes, kind of odd that our channel doesn't get as much attention. Well, that might be down to the fact that we focus on Arty, but it also might be down to the fact that I'm just complete and utter crap, which is probably the answer. Anyway, very well done to 73 North. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a like, and thank you for watching.